It's Halloween Eve. The NFC South is spooky with terrible teams. Whatever. First place, baby. Saints used that stomach bug going around the locker room and took a dump all over the Colts. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlboro. I'm joined by Dave. We'll eventually be joined by Andrew, maybe, hopefully.
Maybe.
Hello to everybody watching on the live stream right now. We got Budrich, Ryan, Aldi Marino. Andrew's dad showed up on time, but Andrew didn't. And Jerry, as always. Thanks, guys. Tonight, we are going to discuss how your first place New Orleans Saints won an Indy. Red zone problems? What red zone problems? Carr was great. Shaheed was even better. Is it a run game? Is it a mirage? Is it real? Plus, the hotline is euphoric, yet very disappointing. And we answer your questions and we preview the Bears game. Before we start, remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. And I also have to mention about our MVP contest. Jerry at JLD Hot Sauces and Knives gave me this custom-made knife with the Saints Happy Hour logo. We are going to raffle that bad boy off at the end of the season. And as always, if we reach $100 in donations tonight, the MVP will choose which minibar bottle from my gigantic minibar collection I'm going to poison myself with. We had Jed, aka Saints Rabbit. He gave me a ton of stuff. Keith, another listener, gave me a ton of. I got people from overseas wanting my address, shipping stuff. Dave, and listen, before we get any further, Dave, I got these from Keith and another person. I got Halloween themed liqueur tonight. I got pumpkin spice cream liqueur. That sounds disgusting. And I got Rumple Mints. If you want to get nuts, if we get to $100, I'll drink it. I got the bucket right here.
That sounds like a gross combo. And this is the episode where if we get to the donation level again, we will continue the show and immediately following.
No break, no nothing, just straight into the drunken mailbag.
Live drunk mailbag. So you're going to want to get Ralph there because you're going to want him to drink those two disgusting things. And then you're going to want to enjoy the fruits of your labor and your donations, which is him slurring through the rest of the podcast.
Octoberist asks, can we call the bucket the Tulane bucket?
No, we cannot do that. We would never associate Tulane with something like that. And you're going to want to do it earlier because remember, the earlier Ralph starts drinking and gets drunk, the longer you get of him being drunk on the podcast.
That's right.
And also, Ralph, I don't know if you've been reading the chat. Apparently, our co-host, Andrew, his computer is dead. And so he may not be joining us tonight.
He may not be. It may just be me.
Andrew, you better drop at least 10,000 bits for being a douchebag and not having your
showing
ready.
up. Rearrange the whole schedule. Week. You don't show up on time. Terrible.
We do this every week, Andrew, for the last 12 years.
The full Juge. We get the full Juge tonight. Thomas, do we have an MVP leader yet?
Yes, sir. The party has already started. We are at 21%. Last week, the one and only Cajun Sands won with taken bits. This week, thanks to Budrich for subbing. Thanks to Aldi Marino for 300 bits. Thanks to Who That Golfer, who's the MVP leader actually, for 1k bits. And thanks to Ark Mitch for 300 bits with donation message. Let's get this party started. Who that?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. I'm drinking, as always, Hard Hide strawberry whiskey with strawberry lemonade. Dave, I want to say before you mention what you're drinking, I want to say John, fantastic. He's over at Hard Hide. He was so excited about the Rashid Shaheed promise that I made to people. If Shaheed scored 2 touchdowns, I said I would do a shot of Hard Hide every 15 minutes. And he got the first one. And I got to say, Dave, when he caught that pass to salt the game away, I thought he was gone. And I thought I would be doing a shot every 15 minutes. But John at Hard Hide, he loved the idea so much, he says we should keep it. So we're just going to roll that over. If Shaheed gets 2 touchdowns against the Bears, I will indeed do a shot of Hard Hide next live stream every 15 minutes. So we'll just roll that bet over to next week.
Hey, Tomas,
So what are you drinking?
check the timestamp on this.
I am drinking Great Raft Rhinestone Life, which is a knockoff of their Rhinestone Life. This is Rind.
Like Rhinestone Cowboy?
No, that's their other one. This is Rind.
I'm still not sure I follow.
Well, Andrew, you're an idiot. Like rind, like a grapefruit rind. So this is a grapefruit wheat IPA. It's delicious. Every time it comes out, I grab some. Delicious.
Yeah. So the Saints, Dave, the offense, put up 500 yards for the 3rd straight week. That's the first time they did that since 2018.
Yeah, y'all know.
By the way,
y'all know what I'm going to have to say about this.
So
good thing Andrew's not here.
So everything worked Sunday. Have they figured out?
No.
Have they figured out a plan not to suck in the red zone?
No.
Alvin Kamara, Dave, he thinks they might have figured out a way to not stink in the red zone. He was so excited after the game, he turned into a human skittle and then explained why Taysom Hill is the solution to everything and is unstoppable. Thomas, play that soundbite.
Taysom is like the equivalent to the tush push. He kind of, he like, it's, what's coming, and it's like you can't stop it. So, I mean, that's what Taysom does. He get in there, he don't complain. If it's a hard run, he going. If it's one of them easy ones, he going. So, it's good to have that kind of in our Rolodex and be able to get that off when we need to.
Love it. I love that. He's the tush push.
Holy cow, you guys!
The living embodiment of the tush push.
I'll give you this, Andrew. Your excuse for being late, it is new that you said your computer was.
Dude, I mean, my computer's been struggling a little bit lately, but this was as bad as it's ever been.
Stop.
Well, was it because you didn't charge it and plug it in?
It was not charged, correct. So like the battery was dead. So then I plugged it in and like I have this Dell Windows thing, and it kept asking me to enter my BitLocker number. So I did that like
legit.
I had to do that like 5 times, and I would restart it, and it would just be like the black screen of death. And like on the 5th time, it worked. So
stop answering emails from Nigerian princes.
Oh, I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
No, my bad.
You're telling you, man.
We're glad you're here, Andrew.
Stop looking for MILFs in your area.
I'm here now.
Yeah. So, have the Saints, Andrew, before Dave gets negative like he always does, I want to start with some positivity. Have the Saints solve their red zone problems, and is the solution Taysom Hill to the max?
I think the solution is playing the Colts every week. No, I mean, listen.
Now that I'll agree with.
Yeah, I got a note from Budrich, and he was like, watch 28, they're targeting him every time in coverage, and he was right. They were going after him, they were targeting him, so there was a mismatch there. 55 was banged up, and they were able to get him isolated on Kamara in coverage, and that was a disaster for the Colts. So I think there was a little bit of guys being down, guys playing hurt, mismatches and give Pete Carmichael credit, like figured out those mismatches. He figured out where those guys were. And look, when you're a defensive squad dealing with those kinds of things, you try to hide those guys. So you have to get exotic with your looks pre-snap and move guys around to get those mismatches. And they were able to do that and exploit it. So they're not going to play the Colts every week. They're not going to play a team that's got, a linebacker they can't really move and, a special teams guy playing cover corner. But
have you seen the Bears injury report?
Yeah. So, no, I mean, look, the biggest thing that I took away from this game, I mean, obviously the Saints produced in the red zone, which was huge, but they only gave up 1 sack. They ran the football. I just thought the offensive line played well. And when you've got Pete and Garcia at left tackle and left guard, like that's probably about as good as it's going to get. So I don't know that I would say like the offensive line was amazing, but compared to what it's been like this season, I'll take it. And if they can play like that, I think Carr will have more time and more ability to be productive. So it was good to see.
Dave, you want to rain on our first place parade, don't
you know what? Actually, Andrew was very fair and honest in his reporting right there. And he said basically what I would say, but he just said it in a more eloquent and, even-handed manner. And that is the fact that, Andrew is drinking ground and ground. A Mocha white stout. That actually, pour that into a glass. Don't drink that out of the can. That actually seems like something I would
delicious.
Enjoy. But Andrew is basically saying what I'm going to say is like, yeah, we played a cupcake opponent. And Ralph, like you said on the post game with Kevin, like, but they won, and they won handily and they won easily, and that's what you're supposed to do. But like, and we're going to play the Bears next week, and that'll be at home. And the Bears are kind of banged up, like you're saying, Ralph, and the Bears aren't necessarily a very good team. So that's not necessarily show me anything. The question is if this team has to go and play a good team, the Eagles, the Dolphins, whatever, like, we're not going to win. Like, we're just not.
That's a January problem. It's a January problem.
Well, and that's fair. But the point is like, I think this is a decent to good team. They're good enough to beat inferior opponents. They're not doing what they used to always do for years. The Saints would always play down to their opponents. They would play amazing. Remember that when they would play amazing against all the great teams, and then they would crap the bed against the Browns. They're not doing that. At least they're kind of going with the script here. They're playing. They're beating the crappy teams and they're losing to the good teams.
Wow.
So I'm happy they did well. They just like they did against the Patriots. They took advantage of an inferior opponent. They took care of business. They got the win. I think they can win next week against the Bears. I think they can win against anybody in their division. I think they can win against. Fortunately, we have a very cupcake schedule coming up. That is the best thing we have going for us.
The schedule gets easier and easier by the week.
Crazy. Yeah,
there's no freaking excuse. Like Gardner Minshew this week. I don't even know the Bears quarterback. I've watched him play twice. I still don't know his name.
Badgett.
Yeah, you probably just mispronounced it.
Probably.
Then after that, I have no idea who Kirk Cousins' backup is. I have no idea. Is it David Carr? Is David Carr the quarterback for the Vikings now? I honestly don't know. And then, there's no excuse. This schedule is a layup line. Now, the Saints will probably still find a way to blow it, but it doesn't get any easier. And I will say this, I've been soft on Dennis Allen as people have crushed him, and like, it doesn't get any easier than this. If you're Dennis Allen and you can't navigate your way through this schedule, then honestly you should be fired, because it will never get any easier for a Saints team ever again. They're 4-4. Their division is such trash that they're tied for first place, and they have this schedule. Are you kidding me?
They play one team with a winning record the rest of the way. Detroit.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. And that's at home.
And I was a little worried about Minnesota. Now Kirk Cousins is injured, so now that's become an easier game. Like the path just keeps, this is like the Red Sea. It just keeps parting and parting.
I believe God is going to do. He's decided that he's going to do whatever it takes to get Dennis Allen a contract extension.
You know, Alde Marino is saying, Juge, you've been flaccid on DA. I'll say this about DA. I've always thought he was a good defensive coach. I still believe that. And I think he's done a great job this season. Like, as players have changed, I think he's done a good job of changing his defense, putting playmakers in the right spots, morphing his defense to the talent that he has. I've always thought he's great at halftime adjustments. I think we saw that especially in the last 2 weeks, definitely this week against the Colts. I think he makes good adjustments. I think, and I've said this before on the show, I think the biggest challenge when you're Dennis Allen or a defensive coach is that it is near impossible to find a good offensive coordinator, because those jobs, the really special ones, they all get head coaching jobs.
That's right.
So his task is to find, because I don't believe Dennis Allen can win without a great offensive coordinator. So he's got to go find one. And if by some miracle he finds one, it's even harder to keep one, because they immediately get head coaching jobs if they have any kind of success. So to me, Dennis Allen is kind of set up to fail. I think a lot of elite defensive coordinators are this way, in the sense that you really have to be so special that you're kind of carrying the team.
Or you're like Buffalo and you get an elite quarterback, right? Like McDermott has Josh Allen.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers got a lot of people jobs. Right? Yeah. Right. Tom Brady got a lot of people jobs. So yeah, that's fair. You get an elite quarterback, but he doesn't have an elite quarterback right now. So I think for Dennis Allen long-term to have a future as a head coach, and I do believe in him. Like, I do believe in him in the sense that I think he's good defensively, but he has to be paired with a great offensive coordinator. And it's just like, the best case scenario is he finds an awesome one under a rock, and he's probably gone after a year or two, and then he's got to do it all over again. So it's a big ask. Yeah. And I think that's the toughest thing. But I'm telling you right now, like, if this Saints team can't win the division with the schedule that they have and the competition that they have in the division,
and by the way,
he really should be fired.
By the way, Atlanta, they lost. They're probably going to bench Ritter. Jarrett is out for the year, their best defensive player. They just traded for Saints legend Dave Contavious Street. So they're in a bad way. Tampa, they're no good, even though they beat the Saints. So I agree with you, Andrew. But Dave, I want to talk about this. I know you're negative and all this, but this, I feel like the last 5 quarters for the Saints, this is the offense we're promised. Jamal Williams had 30 yards on 6 carries. They had big plays.
They should have fed him more.
They had big plays.
Well, last week Jamal Williams was on a pitch count. I don't know if he was on a higher pitch count this week, but yeah, it would be nice to just take the leash off.
Here's my question. I'm not saying the last 5 quarters that this Saints offense, the Saints can be this, but where is it going to fall between the last 5 quarters where they've been outstanding and like the sort of trash struggle that they were against the Texans, even against New England to a certain extent?
Well, if you want to compare the last 5 quarters to what we saw earlier this season, I think the difference first and foremost and most importantly is the offensive line. Like, the offensive line they don't have to play amazing. They just have to play not as garbage as they were in those first 4 games of the season. I mean, that's the main thing. Like, if you're saying, hey, how come they're so much better now, these last 5 quarters, than they were those first 4 games? Number one is the offensive line, giving Derek Carr more time.
And no surprise, Carr actually plays his first good game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's amazing how that works together. The Saints run the ball, they pass protect, and Derek Carr has a good game. It's amazing. Amazing how that works.
But it's not going to be. But you're going to go up against teams that are going to have better defensive lines, and it's not going to be that easy.
But the one thing,
and I mean, that's the thing. Like, Carr will play like shit in those games. He's not good enough.
There was one play where the Colts had only rushed their front 4, and they still got to Carr and still sacked him. And so we're going to have to do a better job.
Have you guys, by the way, called out Jono Barnes, the Saints Twitter celebrity? He's in the chat tonight.
Oh, thank you, Jono. He's coming on the podcast. He promised me he would come on at the midway point of the year. So John,
do you think Jono is insulted?
Is it Jono or Jono?
Jono.
It's Jono, but Ralph has been calling him Jono for years.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why.
And do you think he's offended that you pronounced his name correctly?
Or is that like a badge of honor to be?
I don't know, but he promised. Well, no, he promised me he would come on at the midway point of the year. So it's this week. We're going to try to have him on.
Maybe not now.
So
I'll have to be in attendance for that one, Ralph. Yeah. You tell me when to show up.
So we're
gonna get fuck each other next.
So where is where is the sort of midway point of where this offense do we think that it's going to fall, right? Where, like, it's not going to be 38 points a week, and it's not going to be sort of the muck we saw before. Andrew, where is it going to fall the last like 9 games? What's a realistic expectation for it? And before you answer, I have 2 reasons for a lot of optimism. One, the Colts, as bad as their defense was, they were top 10 against the run. The Saints mashed them. And 2, this offensive line, as bad as it's been, I've seen Ramczyk, I've seen McCoy, I've seen Pete, I've seen Ruiz, I've seen them be good. So maybe they're turning the corner. I'm filled with optimism and alcohol right now. But what is a realistic expectation 9 weeks left of this offense? What's the realistic expectation for this offense to perform?
It's amazing, man. Like they keep pulling me back in. Like they're 4-4. They win 1 game. Atlanta loses, accurate. Tampa loses. We're tied for first, and it's right like, yeah, things are good. Yeah, we're good. We were down in the dumps last week. We were ready to set the whole season on fire. But yeah, to me, that's the NFL. I guess that's what happens, you know. But I still, and look, I tend to lean optimistic. You know, I tend to be a glass half full kind of guy. So this take might surprise you, but I said this on the post game. When you're trying to ice the game and you get a nice run from Jamal Williams, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 4, and you get a false start penalty, and 2nd and 9, you just negated that run. That kind of sucks when you're trying to ice a game. Okay. You call your next play, you false start again. Now it's 2nd and 14. And like, I watched that whole sequence. I watched Brian Bresee gift them a first down by lining up over the long
4
snapper.
points, that's right.
Are you freaking kidding me? I see things like that happen. And I'm like, man, they haven't fixed shit. Like it's great that they hit a few more plays. It's great that they hit Shaheed on a deep ball. It's great that, you know, in the red zone, they were able to cash in, and maybe they're trending in the right direction. But until they clean up the most basic of mistakes, the most like things that would be egregious for a high school football team to do, line up over the long snapper, false start penalty as you're trying to ice the game. Like that is football 101. It is the most basic thing you could ask for. Like, just don't screw up in those moments. Don't do things that every football player is taught, like the minute they start playing the game. And like those kind of mistakes, it's a lack of discipline, and it's on the coaching, man.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I don't want to be.
If you can't get those basics right, it didn't bite them this week, but it will absolutely bite them.
Well, I hate to continue to be Debbie Downer. Wah, wah. But, you know, like last week, we were talking about how, well, there were a few plays, and like, oh, if those plays just turn out better, you know, then the game's different, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think this week is the same as last week. Just those plays turned out better. Right. We got those plays, but the rest of the team is the same. The rest of the team is the same. Offensive line is still shaky. Yeah, exactly. Like the weeks, like this week and last week, same team, same, you know. But the results are different because last week, like you said, well, we got a couple of bad bounces, a couple of things didn't go our way. And this week we had the good bounces, things went our way, you know, whatever. But it's still the same team. You still have the penalties, still have a shaky offensive line. You still have people making mistakes. You still have questionable coaching. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if that's the case, I mean, that's fair. That there'll be a coin.
No, I know, but
there'll be a coin flip game every week. Can they go
exactly?
Sometimes you just get beat.
It's a coin.
Right?
That's what
Sometimes you just get beat. Your opponent is better. Like, I can accept that. Sometimes there's a 50-50 play. A guy makes a great play. Like those things happen. But like the Saints, they just have a habit of beating themselves. And I will say this, I need to go back and rewatch this. I'm chatting with Octoberus in the chat. He says that the referee, in his opinion, the referee blew that call on Brissy. So
yeah,
maybe that was a missed call, and I need to go check that out.
It was by like
what's up with the Colts and like Jonathan Taylor had like 90 something yards in the first half and then nothing in the second half. Like, was that the Saints defense? Like, were they responsible?
It was a little bit of the Saints defense.
A little bit of the Saints defense and a little bit of the Colts on 1st and 10.
Every time Gardner Minshew dropped back to pass on 1st and 10, I did a celebration in my house. I was like, thank you very much.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
I gotta say, like, you guys complain about I say you guys, we all do. I personally, we all complain about Pete Carmichael. If I'm a Colts fan, at one point in the second quarter, Jonathan Taylor had 9 carries for 90 yards. He finishes with 12 carries for like 96.
Yeah. My God.
Like, someone needs to get fired.
If the Saints ever did that with Kamara, we would riot. We would riot. It would just be an hour of just screaming at Carmichael.
Carmichael would never survive that.
He wouldn't. So, guys, as always, we are presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is a strawberry-flavored whiskey blended with aged wheat whiskey, American light whiskey, fresh strawberries from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. It's 86 proof, blended and bottled in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Porch Jam Distillery. Hard Hide Strawberry Whiskey is not for the thin-skinned. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is supporting Saints Happy Hour all football season, so support the people who support the show. Grab a bottle of Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey today. Thomas, do we have a donation update?
Yes, sir. Two new donations from San Antonio Saints, 200 bits.
Thank you.
Total, and we are at 23%, Ralph, so
we don't have. We don't have Cajun Sands, guys. Well, we don't have Cajun Sands in here. We don't have Hatchet John. We're missing some of our big.
Somebody else has got to step up.
I know. Buddies, though.
I mean, the pumpkin spice cream liqueur. I mean, I was defeated.
Budrich, I thought you had a new job.
I was defeated 2 weeks. I was defeated 2 weeks ago. Jesus. I mean, I think the pumpkin spice cream liqueur could defeat me.
I don't know. We might not make it.
I mean, there we go. Archmage, 300 bits.
There we go.
So, Rumble.
All right,
Antonio. So
I will say, guys, like we're at the point of the season. The Saints are 4-4, 8 weeks in. We're almost halfway. Your boy Allen, thank you. This is where like the men get separated from the boys. And I know we're going to talk about Chicago in a second, but I just feel like they got to go into this and like they got to house Chicago. Chicago is a bad team. They're terrible. And you're at home. Like you have got to bury them from minute one. And anyway, I know we'll get into this, but like they have to absolutely crush the Bears this weekend.
Well,
I mean, if this is fixed, if this is truly like, if they're serious about having a good season, you have to absolutely own teams like this.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna be like 10-7, you gotta beat the Bears. But Andrew brings up a good point. We talk about the defense.
Not just beat them, like crush them.
Crush them. I'm going to the game. The Saints are on a 2-game winning streak when I'm in attendance, so that's positive. So we'll get it to 3. DA again makes halftime adjustments and completely shuts down a team. I think he's the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, Dave, when you combine scheme and in-game adjustments. He spoke like a man who knew Sunday against the Colts might have been a defining moment. Look at this man's face, the relief on his face after winning this game. Thomas, play that clip.
I think we all needed a game like this. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the offense, but like we needed to win, and we got one. We got one as a team. There was a lot to like. There were some things that weren't up to our standard. We're going to enjoy this, and then we got to get back to work, and we got another big game this week against Chicago coming into our place.
Dave, you are our pass rush vice president, aficionado, measurer of quarterback sacks and whatnot. I am officially on Team Cariello about the pass rush. I'm worried that the Saints cannot sustain a top 10 defense with this pass rush currently. So my question to you is, the NFL trade deadline tomorrow, Halloween, I believe it's 3 p.m. Central Time is the deadline. Will the Saints make a move? Should they make a move because their pass rush isn't good enough currently?
Just, I was listening. I'm sorry. I'm just cleaning up I picked a scab off of my ankle and now it's bleeding all over the place. I had to get my son get me a napkin.
No,
first of all, I don't think they're going to
session.
I don't think they're going to do anything. Should they do something? Yeah, that'd be great. Would that help? Yeah, awesome. I don't know who, I'm not a personnel guy. I don't know all the guys available in the league, but it'd be great. It'd be awesome if they could add a little extra somebody.
Grosser, Andrew. Trevor Pennings play at left tackle, or Dave just picking a scab right off his ankle during the live stream?
I'm going to say you. I'm going to go with option C, you vomiting on the show.
Oh my God.
My bloody.
God,
okay,
is that
never mind? I retract.
Is that
going
to get us banned off of Twitch, Thomas, for some sort of violence? My chest burns like gonorrhea on a cheap whore.
Nice. By the way, I just donated. So how close are we, Thomas?
We're at 70%.
30% away. Let me do a quick donation update.
Well, Golfer just donated some. Here we go. We're chipping away.
Aldi Marino says, I bet that scab is candy coated.
Get 2 subs. Let me update it. 20% away.
Yeah, I'm going to get more now. My son brought me the tiniest piece of toilet paper you could have brought.
I have to say, another Jimmy G is, by the way, if you gambled on that Monday night game, which I did, Jimmy G is terrible tonight against the Lions. It was really nice, and Andrew, Carr was just fantastic, and it was really nice that those freaking Raider fans just stayed the hell out of my mentions because David Carr was great yesterday, and it was
it bought you a week.
It bought me a week.
Yeah.
So
don't worry, Aldo Marino. They're just saving Jimmy Graham for the Falcons game. We all know it. He's just on ice,
Yeah. Andrew, I have to say, Marcus May, he was sick this week and he didn't practice, but he was like good to go for the game. And Dennis Allen was like, "Don't worry about it. We're playing the rookie safety." Has the rookie safety, Howden, has he overtaken Marcus May? Is he like Wally pipped him? Has Dennis Allen found another dude in the secondary? And has Marcus May been like lost his job permanently?
I'm not ready to say that. May's a good player, and May's played pretty well this year. So I'm not ready to say that, but I think he's lost his job next year. Like I think they'll move on and they'll go with the young player because I'm in on Jordan Howden. He's been playing. He's a good tackler.
He's got a hurt hand too, and he's still tackling good.
I mean, yeah, I really like him. And once again, it's like these draft picks that they've been making in these mid rounds. With defensive players especially. I feel like they've been good at identifying talent, good at fitting them in. Not so great at like the first round offensive linemen necessarily. Some of those picks have been questionable, but Yeah, again, Dennis Allen finding a role. Like, I know there's things about Dennis Allen we don't like, but when it comes to his specialty, that side of the football, plugging guys in and making sure they understand their job and they help the team succeed, at least on that side of the ball, I think you have to be pretty happy with Dennis Allen overall, with how he's done with his specialty. I think where he's struggled is really, I know you asked about Howden, and I'm kind of going off the rails here, but you know what I mean, though?
No,
I don't know, Dave. Are you softening? I'm curious, Dave. Are you softening on DA a little bit?
No,
not at all.
As a head coach, no. You said it earlier, and I've said it all along, and you've kind of said it all along too. Like, he's a great defensive coach. Doesn't just because he's been great at picking guys in the middle round of the draft that are contributing and starting, that doesn't mean he's a great head coach. It just means, again, he's a good defensive head coach. He's good at evaluating talent. He's good at finding talent. He's good at putting it out on the field. He's good at using it. He's good at making adjustments.
Okay.
He's a good
I hear that. I hear all that. So let's just say hypothetically, Dave, the Saints win. Let's say the Saints win the division. They go 10-7 this year.
Yeah.
Offense is kind of the same, like hit or miss all year. Play well a couple weeks, play awful for a couple weeks, up and down. Defense is top 7, let's say. They go 10-7. Maybe they win one home game and then get eliminated. In that scenario, you're keeping Dennis Allen and you're just nuking the offensive staff and starting new there, right?
Sure.
I don't know.
What would it take for you at this point to fire Dennis Allen, Dave?
I mean, we already have 4 wins.
Yeah, 4-4.
If he gets one more win, he's unfireable.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the Saints go 5-12 and he keeps his job?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah, probably. I think he gets another year.
Oh,
but
man,
I don't even think that's going to happen. I think they'll get 7 wins, 8 wins. Dennis Allen's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
I mean,
that. Again, I don't think he's a great head coach. I said this from the very beginning. I said I don't think he's a very good leader of men. I don't think he's a guy. He's not a details guy like Peyton. He's not a motivational guy. I don't think like a lot.
Do you think the locker room respects him?
Oh, I think they do.
I think so too. I think he has more respect in the locker room than Pete Carmichael does.
Well, yeah. I mean,
he's number one bullshit.
But I think he's good enough. I think he's a good enough head coach where it's where I think his defensive prowess is good enough and so good that it's worth keeping him as head coach. And like you said, trying to find better offensive minds on, and getting him there.
Yeah.
Just same thing with Peyton. Like Peyton was an offensive guy. The thing with Peyton though, he was also like he had all the details and all that kind of stuff. But I still think DA is, he's good enough as a defensive head coach. And you're going to have a top 10, top 5, even potentially defense if you can just get him help on offense.
I'm seeing like San Antonio's comment in the chat, and I gotta say, like, I don't know how much DA is sweating his job. Like, I don't know how much he feels like he's on the hot seat from Mickey Loomis or whatever. Yeah. But I'm kind of with you, San Antonio, saying like he should have just gone with Gruden.
He's 2 wins away from being top 7 all time. Saints. He's 2 wins away from being the 7th win.
That means nothing, Ralph.
7. He's got 11 wins.
One week, Ralph compares him to Ditka. The next, he's like, oh, he's 1 win away from top 7 all time.
He's got Tom Fears is 7th with 13 wins. Dennis Allen is 8th with 11.
I'll tell you right now, they lose to the Bears, and this conversation we're having is
never happened.
Like a freaking 180.
Never. This conversation never.
I'm not going to get I'm refraining from getting too positive. I refuse to let a win against.
Okay. All right. Well, if we want to
send me like Ralph off the moon
well, here's the thing. If you donate, I dare you, and I'll drink the pumpkin spice. I'm not scared of the pumpkin spice. You know what? I am scared of the pumpkin spice. I'm glad y'all aren't donating.
You should drink both of them if we get this donation.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Come on, we're close.
So
how close are we, Thomas?
Here's the thing. I want to say this.
20% left. Come on.
I want to say this. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in everyone because the hotline, it's super short, you know? And when the Saints win, y'all don't bring the same energy to the hotline when the Saints win that y'all do when they lose. They win, have a big win. This hotline's the shortest hotline of the year. Like, make fun of the Colts. Make fun of the Falcons. Bring the energy. Bring the hate. Just channel it away from the Saints into other teams when they win. I'm very disappointed in the hotline. It's okay this week, but it's super short. It's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm very disappointed in you people. Do better when the Saints win. So Thomas, play the hotline. It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Thank God. Where the hell's this been for the last 7 weeks? 3 touchdowns. Are you bloody kidding me? This is fantastic. I know it's going to turn to shit. I know that the Titanic's still sinking. I know we're still on the board. 2 touchdowns. You gotta love it. Anyway, you guys have an awesome day. Speak to you soon, mate. Cheers. Bye.
Check the timestamp, 2:37 Central Standard Time. Saints get probably one of the biggest calls turned over on review ever.
Who are these guys? This is Saints football. This is proper f***ing Saints football. I love it.
I'm calling while we're ahead before this game is over because you never know if the Saints are going to f*** this all up and lose. But I don't even care. We are the best team in the NFL. The Saints to the Super Bowl. We're winning the f***ing Super Bowl. This is the team. Like, on paper, it's in real life today. We're f***ing winning the Super Bowl. That's all I got to say. Who dat? Saints all the way to the end, to the Super Bowl. We're winning in Vegas. Derek Carr is going to get the trophy, and it's just going to be the best season ever. Anyways, love you guys.
Victory. Victory. Couple of things I want to say. F*** the Doubters. F*** the Saints block party. F*** Adam. F*** everybody that was going to tell me that this team was going to turn out good. I don't give a f***. It might just be 1 week. It's this week. I don't give 2 f***s. We won. That's it. I've got a great week. We won. F***ing awesome. Hey, looking forward to seeing you guys before the Carolina game. Love you all. See you soon.
Well, the Saints offense is starting to develop kind of slowly but nicely. I think Rashid Shaheed just got another 50-yard plus play on number 38 again. Derek Carr looked okay. We got a good run game going. Oh, 38 just got burned again for another 58-yard touchdown. Poor guy.
First off, God bless Dave for having this hotline and go Tulane. A question for you guys and the rest of Who Dat Nation. If you were to pick one jersey, would it be Taysom Hill or Alvin Kamara? I'd love to hear Who Dat Nation's decision on that. Who Dat?
I go Taysom after this game.
Go, boys.
One jersey? Is that what he said?
Yeah,
I go
if you pick
because he
one.
wore 7. That was my number. I played hockey. I wore 7.
Yeah, so it's a good question.
By the way, I noticed that Adam, the radio voice, I noticed that that's his Twitter handle. And I thought that didn't we come up with that? Weren't we the one who said, "Hey, that sounds like he has a radio voice," and then he
that's right
came up with Adam, the radio voice. So I feel like we gave him his name.
Thank you, April, for being so positive. The Saints they win. It was great.
The name of your dealer. Let me have it. Let me have the name of your dealer, please. It sounds like you're getting some good stuff.
Win 2 in a row. Beat the Bears. She'll be like,
this is happening. Lube up.
That's right. That's for the Bears, not for the Saints or us.
I think look. We definitely have to do a soundbite contest this offseason. And I'm fairly certain. Yeah, bracket. I'm fairly certain I have to be the favorite to win.
My phone doesn't sound like that.
No. Just something from me.
Bitch.
No, I think one of mine has to be the winner. No, I like some of these new ones we're pulling.
Never sits on the Jewish Empire.
Yeah, I gotta remind people.
Suck it hard. This feels so good.
That's a good one.
Be careful out there on the Twitter streets tomorrow, kids. They got a lot of fake accounts. You don't want to get.
Be careful, Andrew.
You don't want to get got. You don't want to get got by fake sources. What's play the soundbite about the source being made up, Thomas. You don't want to get got.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
You're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of that tomorrow. So just be careful.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna be too busy with our kids to be paying attention.
That's you, Dave. Some of us are going to be on Twitter 24 hours.
Right, yeah.
Trade deadline tomorrow? Are you kidding me, man?
Making it rain.
I need rumors. I need Saints defensive line rumors. Jameis to Minnesota rumors. I need all of it. Just out of control. So
Jameis to Minnesota. By the way, what do you think? You think that can happen?
That's fake.
You don't think that can happen?
It's faker than me having two good arms. The Saints viewer mailbag, Dave, is brought to you by.
Wait a second, Ralph.
Go. What? Oh! Here we go.
Because of Andrew?
Andre Juge.
Oh,
and then there's Archmage. Archmage closed it out.
I hate you. So is it going to be the pumpkin spice who gets to decide?
Your boy Alan is in the lead, so he should decide. He should
reset the timer.
What are the choices? If
we get another 500, you have to drink the second one.
Oh, fuck. The cream liqueur pumpkin spice.
All right. Wait, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy, Alan, what's your pick? Well, what are the choices again? Put them up, Ralph.
We got pumpkin spice cream liqueur and rumple.
Got to be that one. You want
rumple mint and rumple
You want
mint.
cream.
Rumple mint.
Rumple mint. You never heard of rumple mint?
Yeah. No, what's that?
It's like a minty. I don't know. Cinnamon.
I would go with rumple mints personally.
I mean, it's all bad. It's like
your boy Alan. Come on, let's go. What do you want?
Pick a winner or a loser. I'm scared. I smelled the pumpkin spice and it scared me.
I say the cream.
Can you tell us what proof these are? The
rumple mints is 100.
Pumpkin. Your boy Alan says pumpkin.
Oh,
thank you, your boy.
The rumple mints, I think.
Thank you, Alan.
The pumpkin spice.
The rumple mints is 50 or 100. 100%. And what's the other one? Pumpkin.
It is 13.7 for.
That's nothing. See, we got to get him to drink. We got to get him to drink both.
Yeah, you got to drink the rumple mints. Come on.
We get to 175, 75 more dollars. I'll drink the rumple mints. This scares me. This
all right,
no, your boy Alan's changed his mind. He wants you to do the rumple mints.
Oh.
He didn't say that. He did not say that.
Did he say that or no?
No, he did not.
Your boy Alan. Now that you know the percentages, are you changing your mind here?
No, he should have to drink both.
Alan's thinking about.
Come on, you already opened it anyway.
I think Alan needed these details before he weighed in.
Oh God,
both. Alan says both.
Yeah,
no.
Alan. All right, just drink it. Come on, go.
This could melt paint.
Oh, rumple mints. You're going rumple mints.
No, go with that. Let's get him to do rumple mints in addition. There we go. Hey, it's only 13. See, the thing is, it's cream. It's the cream that's going to get him. It's not the booze. That's not why he's drinking
My
this.
chest
He's not drinking it because of the alcohol.
Like gonorrhea on a cheap whore. That wasn't that bad.
See, I told you, rumple mints.
No, but now if we reset and get him to do rumple mints on top of that, that's when the fun's going to start.
That's when the magic happens.
Yeah. That's when the magic happens.
Because Dave's right. It's like
this is the base. Setting the base.
The pumpkin spice is like the body shots.
Yeah.
And the rumple mints is the knockout blow.
Well, like he's gonna have that pumpkin spice flavor in his mouth for the rest of the podcast, and then when he has to do rumple mints, the mixing of the two. That's
it'll
curdle. Can see, oh my guess.
The cream. I can feel the cream in my belly like fermenting. It's not good because we got this with you got the hard hide.
Play the gonorrhea soundbite again.
My chest burns like gonorrhea on a cheap whore. Our soundbite bracket in the summer, like usually the bracket we try to do it. Me and Thomas try to plan it over. It's like we try to start like June and like middle of June and like end like right before training camp. Thomas, this might be like a 10-week mini series. the soundbite bracket. It might be 60. It might be 64 teams deep, and we might
entire off season, man. The entire off season. We're gonna ditch the draft analysis and shit. Man.
We're gonna do the week after the draft. We'll start the bracket. Get to work on it, Thomas.
All right. So how much do we need to go to
170? You got 75 more, and I'll drink the rumple.
75 bits.
7K.
7K bits.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn, Andrew, the Jewish inheritance.
The sun never sets on the Jewish empire.
That's an underrated bite, by the way. So while you people look under couches and under pillow cushions to find money,
mom's credit card,
so you can see me vomit. I want to remind people. The Saints Happy Hour viewer mailbag is brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you of Hard Hide Strawberry Whiskey, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Thomas, take it to the top. I gotta say, I was really scared of the pumpkin spice cream liqueur, and I was right to be. Like, it went down okay, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. It's wrecking my stomach. Like, it was
just
like,
wait.
That cost me $20. I'm expecting to get this money back.
In via
PayPal.
Dave.
Every time I donate, I never get the money back, Dave.
I'm expecting to be reimbursed for this somehow.
It never happens for me. Hey, Jason Champagne. Nice.
So finger guns, the grip strength. My grip strength is better than Justin Fields, and that's why Tyler Badgett's going to be playing this weekend. So Thomas, what's first up?
All right, this was a fire week for the questions. I think I didn't count the questions, but I think this was the record when it comes to quantity of the questions.
That's bad.
All right, first question from Ben Ruffalo. We start with 2 doctor questions. First one from Ben Ruffalo. He asks, with the team dealing with the shit bug, was wearing white pants the worst DA coaching decision of the season?
That's something Peyton would have been all over that.
Man. Details.
Peyton would have had them in black pants.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a DA mistake.
They wanted to go full Matt Ryan.
Yeah. I blew that one. I'm going to get another beer. Come on, people. We need
the details matter. What's next? What's next, Thomas?
Damn, that was fast. All right, second doctor question. This time from Bulky. He asks, what will Ralph promise to do if Kalen Saunders scores a fat guy touchdown?
Oh, yes.
That's a great
question.
That's a great question.
Making it rain.
What will you do?
If Kalen Sanders scores a fat guy touchdown, I'll do a shot of Hard Hide every 20 minutes during the show.
But you just said 15 minutes for Shaheed.
But Shaheed's got to score 2.
I know, but Saunders scoring. First of all, it's Saunders, not Sanders. Secondly, him scoring a touchdown is way more unlikely than Shaheed scoring 2.
You think? I don't know. I think
they're not going to give him the ball.
By the way, thanks to your boy Alan, Big 10 gifted subs.
Thank you.
That doesn't get us toward Ralph drinking, though.
Yeah,
4%. Only 4%.
Oh.
Only 4%.
Oh, it does?
4% left. 4% left.
All right.
We're basically there. Your boy Alan comes through in the clutch.
Yeah, thanks, your boy Alan. There we go.
Right.
Who that golfer?
Let's go.
Rumplemints.
Take it to the face. Here we go.
Rumplemint. Thank you, guys.
Oh, frick. God
damn.
Let's go.
I can't think of anything that rhymes with Rumplemints.
Ben Mintz.
Vomit.
Ben Mintz. Rumplemints.
Oh, God.
Making it
Selling
rain.
watches like Ben Mintz.
Oh, God. You know, it smells.
Yes.
It smells like a dinner mint.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Yeah,
except it's going to be a lot spicier. It's going to be a lot spicier than that.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, Ralph.
Yeah, you're okay.
Keith, this is your fault. Keith gave me this. He was really.
This is Keith's thing. Good.
Keith was really excited about this.
This was a good. That's a good one. Good job, Keith. This episode's dedicated to you, Keith.
I'm really scared of this one. Let's go.
All right, come on.
Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
Yeah, there we go. It burns. How's that burning?
Yeah. My chest burns like gonorrhea on a cheap whore.
Oh, there he's dying, guys.
Yeah, wait, hold on. No sound bites over this. This is like
you need
Joe
to go
Buck
to YouTube if you are listening to the audio version.
Oh my god.
Ooh. That is.
Yeah, that might be heartburn.
Oh yeah.
By the way.
No.
Oh yeah.
It was bad. I drank it. It came right back up. I forced it back down. So I did it twice. So really, I'm like 3 shots in. If you think about
it. Think about the curdling happening right now in your stomach.
And just a reminder, guys, because we reached the donation goal.
Science experiment happening in your body right now. Oh, sorry for interrupting, Tom.
Guys, because we reached the donation goal 4 weeks in a row, we're gonna do a live mailbag right after the show.
You sure about that, Thomas? You sure about that? We're gonna preview that bitch, and I'm gonna be drunk as fuck.
Of course.
We've banked so much stuff that I'm pretty sure Thomas could do a whole episode without us.
Yeah, my soundboard is a mess, man. Like, holy shit.
This is good. Like, if we ever got ALS, like Steve, like he had to bank his voice so he could talk. If that ever happened, like we've got like so many of our words already banked. So now we could easily say fuck, shit, poo, bitch, whore very easily in our robotic voice if we ever got ALS.
Here's my
question.
That covered. Here's my question.
I don't think
Thomas, do we have enough sound bites to do like a main tournament and then like an NIT for the sound bites that didn't get into the big tournament? Could we do like a 64 team tournament and then like a 32 team thing and go? We could do sound. We're gonna need an NIT bracket and a March Madness bracket, and then the winners are gonna have to meet together for. We'll be doing the bracket middle of next year during the season. Oh.
Also, we're gonna keep adding things because we're gonna keep doing live shows, so there's just gonna constantly be new entries.
What's the next question, Thomas?
In the middle of the tournament.
Bad decisions left and right tonight.
Also, thanks to Jason Champagne for subscribing for free with Twitch Prime. If you use
worth the
Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free.
Jason Champagne's done that for 22 months consecutively.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. 22 months of giving us free money, guys.
Without spending a dime, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
He just gives us Jeff Bezos' money. It's amazing. And
even I do it, guys. Okay, so
on my bloody ankle.
Was that doctor question from Bolky answered or not? Because I don't remember because of the drinking. What will Ralph promise to do if Kalen Sanders scores a fat guy touchdown?
I think it should be more than a shot every 15
Ralph's
minutes.
in a bad place, guys.
Something in a gender neutral bathroom is what he should have to do.
Jesus.
I'll do the same thing I do for the Shaheed. I'll do a hard hide shot every 15 minutes during the show.
All right, I like it.
What if both things happen?
Yeah,
in the same game.
I'll do an IV. What do you want from
every 7 minutes? 7.5 minutes, man.
It's gonna be like a half an hour show.
It'll just be
Rob's gonna die.
It'll just be everybody else, and the camera will just show you this, and I'll just be passed out on the bench right here. I'll get a pillow and a puke bucket, and I'll just pass out, and we'll be good to go. Thomas, what's next? This Rumple Mints, man, Dave. It is just it's like
this worked out perfectly.
It just like set my whole chest on fire.
Mm-hmm. It's like cinnamony, no?
My chest burns like gonorrhea on a cheap whore. It does.
We are really getting our money's worth with that. This week. Huh? We're really getting our money's worth.
What's next, Thomas?
Yeah, we're gonna get a few more from this episode, I bet. Okay, next question from Jason Champagne. We've had 2 firsts, and who first? What's the blank first that describes Trevor Penning?
Ooh. That's a great question, Jason. Because you got
Marcus 2 first, and what's who first? Who's that?
Yeah, I was trying to think
what's the blank first that describes
Jason in the
Trevor?
chat. Yeah, Andrew's back.
Andrew,
who is who first? We have 2 first and who first?
Who first?
Who was who first? Because Jason Champagne said we had Marcus 2 first, and then we had who first. Who's who first? Oh, that's Peyton Turner.
Oh.
That's right. Because we didn't know who the hell he was.
Peyton Turner. Who first? Yeah. So what about what's the question?
So how do we describe Trevor Penning?
Blank first.
Trevor penalty.
No. Sticking with
first
the format
penalty.
of blank first. Penalty first.
With
penalty
first and 20.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say something like that, but I didn't know how to work it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Well first. Done, Ralph. Honestly, that might be your Mona Lisa of this podcast.
Hanging in the Louvre.
Maybe it should be first and 15.
No, it's a holding.
Oh, it's a holding.
No. First and 20. I think. What's a better nickname for him? Trevor Penalty or First and 20?
Does he get more holding penalties or false start penalties?
Well, now he doesn't get anything because he sits on the bench and watches.
First down the hill.
San Antonio Saints says, "Hell yeah, give him another Rumpelmintz." No, a Rumpelmintz might kill me. That thing came right back up, and I forced it down because I'm a pro.
Like a Jedi.
Hardhide John just texted me. He says he wants you to do a shot of his stuff now.
Sure, I'll do it. Do the next question. Show me the die.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
I don't know.
The live mailbag is in jeopardy, guys.
I don't know if Ralph believes me. Was that believable? John did not text. John does not have my number. He did not text me. I just totally made that
cat out of the bag. Jeez.
Well, I know. Well, he's not here. He
hey,
can't
Dave, tell him John wants him to drink another, Rumpelmintz or something.
No, I tried to make it believable. So I was like, oh yeah, you just had 2 of non-hardhide products, so you should definitely have a hardhide product.
I think we have Ralph taking a shot as a fathead on his wall right there.
Oh my gosh.
You guys see that?
Yeah, by the way, guys, I saved the best questions for after the live mailbag.
You want to stick around for
the most fun questions, guys. The craziest questions.
Nice.
All right, the final question of the main show.
Final question of the main show. Is Ralph going to live to see another day?
Belongs to JMU Who Dat. He asks, so if you can keep 2 of the 3, Olave, Tomas, and Rashido, does anyone keep Olave?
Yeah, I would keep Olave. I'd get rid of Thomas. He's older.
Get rid of me? Come on, man.
Why would we get rid of Thomas? Who's going to produce the show?
No, stop.
I'll leave you the sound bites.
I would.
I gotta say, Michael Thomas had to get an IV. He was in a bad way apparently. He hadn't eaten in several days.
He's getting older. Olave and Shaheed are the future.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying all the negative stuff that we said about Michael Thomas, I kind of take it all back after this game.
Yeah.
That dude, he was through the ringer. You could tell he felt awful, and he just went out there. He took hits, made some tough catches, made some plays when no one else, when people were getting hit in the face mask and not catching balls.
All right, Ralph's about to do a shot.
So I'm going to do a shot of hardhide. I'm not afraid of the hardhide because I know it's delicious, even though it's 86 proof. And so we've got pumpkin spice. Rumpelmintz.
By the way, that's the same, Andrew. 86 proof, I'm pretty sure is pretty darn close to Smith and Cross. Like I think that's like Navy proof vodka.
Yeah. I mean, that's a strong ass rum. Yeah, it's a strong ass drink.
The Malta
probably not as sweet and smooth as a hard hide.
The Malta boot makes it. It's going to be fine.
All right. Well, there you go. There you go. Three shots in 30 minutes for your host here. So
it's practice for when Shaheed scores.
We're taking a ride. We're all taking a ride together here. How many people are live? Jesus. That was a soundbite, by the way. Wait, was that a soundbite or was that Ralph? Was that me?
that was a soundbite.
Is that a soundbite of me?
Aldi Marino says they're going to get a bottle of strawberry whiskey this weekend. It's amazing. It's great.
All right. Well.
Aldi Marino, if you do get a bottle, make sure you take a picture and tag us on social media.
And tag Hardhide,
yeah. Please.
People, you know what was so fun though about Sunday was so many people on Twitter and especially in the Discord immediately when Shaheed scored the first touchdown. Immediately, people were tweeting at me.
Oh yeah,
texting me, DMing me on Discord. They're like, that's a second quarter touchdown. This is happening, Cripple. You are going to be drinking. You are going to be drinking a shot every 15 minutes. And John even texted me like when he caught the pass to seal the game. I was like, he's taking that to the house, and some kind of way the Colt guy tackled him. Thank God for me. But I think if you had to say, Andrew and Dave, on the scale of like 1 to 10, 10 being Shaheed is going to score 2 touchdowns in a game, it's an absolute certainty, and 0, no shot. What would you rate it as?
Honestly, like right in the middle, 50.
Yeah, I'm with Dave.
It's possible.
It's rare that I agree with Dave, but in this case, I will.
I mean, that is certainly well within the realm of possibility for somebody like Shaheed.
I mean,
we've seen like that one pass down the sideline, like Carr and Shaheed, they love that play. I mean, Carr and Shaheed, they kind of have a pretty good.
The Bears are dreadful on defense. Just so y'all know. So, Thomas, what's next?
That was the final question of the main show.
Time to get into predictions.
Of the main show.
All right.
So
we got to make some game predictions, no?
That's right. We got to make game predictions. We got to make fantasy picks. Let's go over the results first, Thomas.
Somebody text Kevin.
Well, I know that only one person picked the Saints to win.
That's true.
And only one of us picked Rashid Shaheed.
Ugh.
Are you saying I only got 2 points for that?
I thought that's what I said.
Kamara was better, man.
Yeah, you weren't here pre-show, Andrew. I thought this was going to be a clean sweep for you. I thought you were going to destroy us.
Yeah,
how does Kamara have more points than Shaheed? Shaheed had 150 yards.
That's how PPR works, man.
Kamara 2 touchdowns, and he probably had like 10 catches.
I feel like
that's how PPR works.
How many catches did Kamara have?
Yeah, but he picked the wrong score. Like, he picked the wrong team to win. That only gets me 1 point.
I know. I feel like you should get a bonus point.
Are you arguing with me?
For being the...
This is not a therapy session.
I feel like Andrew should get a bonus point for being the only one.
Bonus points. What the hell, man?
No, I know.
By the way, Kamara leads all running backs
in receptions. This is not democracy, man.
Kamara leads all running backs in receptions, and he missed the first 3 weeks of the season.
And I'm gonna give a free joker to Ralph for having balls of picking Jimmy Graham with his joker last week.
Jimmy Graham didn't even. Jimmy Graham.
So he can pick Jimmy Graham again.
He can pick. Yeah, I can pick Jimmy Graham again. He played as many snaps as me.
Jimmy Graham is a free pick, guys. You can pick.
All right. So what does that look like in the standings now?
Yeah. Are somebody closing in on Kevin?
No, because somehow he got more points than me.
Ugh.
Even though he picked the wrong winner.
He just showed up. This is an iron fist.
Having Kevin watch the games was a mistake.
Hey, look at who's in second place. Vaulted into second.
Zero points for me.
Ralph, you're getting close. You're getting close.
I'm getting close to
Ralph
what?
Is at even.
To a minus. To a minus points.
Minus. It's a good golf score. So
are you staging a comeback, Ralph?
Stableford.
I'll go first. Thomas, I don't even remember what score I picked, but I picked the Saints to win by a lot because the Bears are trash. Put the score. I don't even remember. It was like
Pelicans, by the way, just got housed.
Yeah,
they lost. Is it over?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They got absolutely housed.
30
injured.
30. The Saints, by the way,
Brandon Ingram is.
I saw that.
The line for the Saints, it opened Saints -5.5. It's already up to Saints -7.
Really?
So, listen, Dennis Allen is going to put Tyler Badgett in hell, and the Bears defense is terrible. Chase Edmonds is hurt. The Bears, they're going to win another game or two, but it ain't going to be this week. The Saints, they're going to play really well. They're going to crush the Bears, and it's going to be 34-14. Fantasy Player of the Week. I was tempted. I was thinking Shaheed.
Yeah, you still have the big guns available, Ralph. You need to use them someday.
I'm going David Carr this week.
Derek
Carr.
You already picked him. You already picked him, though.
But he's got a joker.
Can I joke?
You cannot pick a quarterback as a joker because that's too obvious.
That's one of the rules.
All right, so
that's too obvious.
I'll go Kamara.
All right.
Ah, shit.
My turn?
Your turn, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with Ralph.
It should be my turn. I'm second to last place. We should go in back in reverse place order.
Yeah, we should.
You don't make the rules here, man.
I don't. I'm just making a suggestion. You know, we're spitballing here. We're brainstorming. Seems like a fair idea, but okay, whatever.
Solve your problems with aggression.
No, I'm not being aggressive.
Am I going or is Dave going?
Yeah, go, Andrew.
All right. I'm on the same page with Ralph here. 31-9 Saints blowout victory. Go big or go home. I mean,
that's right.
They got to step up and they got to house this team.
Oh shit!
Hopefully my tickets. Well, that's a little sneak peek.
That's all
look behind the curtain. Spoiler alert.
That's actually good because I forgot what I predicted. So thanks for the reminder.
That's your fault, Dave. You mixed me up. You mixed me up, Dave.
Sure.
Thomas, I actually said 31-9.
Who?
You did?
Not 39. Yeah.
39 tonight. That sounds like a score emoji. Dave, that sounds like a score emoji.
That's your fault for sending me the prediction last minute, man.
It sounds like a orgasm.
It's 39 now.
Budridge, the alcohol is keeping me warm. Thanks for caring about me.
And my player of the game, I'm going to go with Derek Carr.
His name is David.
He's going to torch.
Oh, damn, you didn't pick him.
I have not picked him yet this year. He's going to wear his guy liner.
He always wears it. Never plays a game without it.
Yep.
You have a burp and worry you're going to vomit?
No. Yes. Just not on this podcast.
Not yet, Dave.
All right, Dave. Why don't you shock us with your prediction?
I'm not shocking anybody with my prediction. I knew everybody. I knew everybody was going to be all high on the Saints, and I
you're no exception.
No, I'm no exception. I am no exception.
I dare you.
No, I'm not picking the Bears. The Bears are terrible. They are garbage. The Saints are back home. I picked the Saints 28, Bears 17. I'm a little bit closer than I think you guys think it's going to be. So can I pick Shaheed?
Can you pick Shaheed? He asked. You can.
Let's ride, baby. Let's ride.
That would be my UDFA son.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, by the way,
if you don't mind, can I borrow him, Andrew? Sorry.
I noticed you haven't said anything bad about Lou Headley this week after the epic game that he just played.
He's
by the way,
pinning the Colts inside the 5. I noticed you're not really.
Him and Derek Carr. They're both playing for their lives.
By the way, shout out to friend of the podcast, Thomas Morstead. He had 534 yards of punting. He punted 11 times for 530.
Is that an NFL record?
I don't know, but Jet fans were doing Instagram and TikTok
Is that good?
posts.
Do you not want to be punting?
Well, no, that game, David.
They won 13-10 and over.
In a driving rainstorm.
Yeah,
he was
I know. I took the over in that game.
He downed 3 punts inside the 5. Like it was I mean, it was incredible. And Thomas More said he was like crying after the game because he was like, the Jets, they care about senior citizens. They gave me a chance. Like, it was nice. I miss Thomas More said he should still be the Saints punter. I said what I said.
He still lives in Old Metairie.
Kevin. All right, Thomas, get to Kevin's pick.
Kevin's in the chat. Kevin, pick your player in the meantime as I reveal.
Kevin, by the way, dominating us with 14 points.
Yeah, he really is.
Having Kevin watch the games was a mistake.
The sun never sets on the Jewish Empire.
Sun never sets on the held empire.
Yeah.
Who do you think
what was Kevin's score?
He picks Juwan Johnson in the chat as his player.
Yeah,
well, you're doing it out of order.
Wow.
And the score is 26-14.
Okay, me and Kevin are kind of thinking along the same lines here.
Yeah.
And JJ, he says.
You pick JJ. I don't think that's a good pick. I don't like that pick.
Juwan Johnson. Is Juwan Johnson the most disappointing Saints player this season?
Ooh.
I mean, he's been injured, though, right?
Yeah. He has.
Besides Trevor Penning.
But even in the games he's played, he's done nothing.
Do you want to put an asterisk on that question?
He's still better than Penning. Even Jimmy is better than Penning.
Besides Trevor Penning, is he the most disappointing player?
Ooh, that's a great question.
A.T. Perry says Kevin.
Maybe Cam Jordan, because, I mean...
Yeah, 1 sack in 8 games.
No, Jordan is not bad. Hey, I think he has many tackles.
Didn't Cam start off slow last season?
Yeah,
too?
but Cam Jordan, like he's 34. We shouldn't be depending on Cam Jordan to be the Saints' second best pass rusher.
Didn't he start off?
I think Cam Jordan's fine, guys. He's fine.
Didn't he start off slow last season? And then
he did.
And then ended the season on fire.
He'll get that Rona and get that sack total up.
He'll get that good Rona. Get that good Rona.
Well, apparently getting the shits was awesome. Like, can that virus stay in the locker room? Can they just keep passing that around?
Yeah. So Kevin winning the game picks. The more I think about it, the more offended I am about it. Like, it just he's going to be. By the way, he'll be on the show. He'll be on the show next week. He'll make his triumphant return.
No.
Maybe we'll get a Kevin Love update.
Is he really going to be on the show next week?
Yeah, he is.
Kevin winning the game picks though kind of gives me hope. That proves that somebody who knows nothing can still, do well and win at a contest.
Nobody knows shit about anything of the NFL.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. And so, like Andrew, who's
what does
done
that
so
say
well
about
in the undrafted free agent
What does that say about you, Dave?
That just means like Andrew could just be getting lucky too in his free agent. Does that knowledge?
Or maybe you're at the bottom of the totem pole in terms of.
I listened to 10,000 podcasts in the summer previewing the NFL season, and Mina Kimes and Nate Tice and Robert Mays and Bill Barnwell, all the smartest motherfucking people you ever heard of. They were like, Arthur Smith, his offense is going to be top 5. The Falcons' offense, it's positionless football. They run the ball. All they need is not even just Desmond Ridder. All he needs to be is top 25, and they average less points than the fucking Saints.
I don't remember anybody saying.
Yeah, I do. Greg Rosenthal, all of them. They were like all about Arthur Smith. And
my boy Greggy.
And it's
60% G.
So, Thomas, before we get out of here, recap the MVP results for the show.
All right, so we reached the donation goal 4 times in a row. We're going to do a mailbag, so stay with us, guys. Nice. We're going to do just a 1-minute break. I won't stop the stream. Ask us questions in the chat. And when it comes to MVP, it was a team effort. 11 different donators, thanks to
me. You got me to donate.
Come on, man. Keep quiet. Keep it down. Keep it down, man. Thanks to San Antonio Saint, to Mike Bagger, to Aldi Marino, to Dr. Zeus, to Budrich, to not Dave, no to Dave, to Jason Champagne, to Akmich, to Andre Juch, to Hudat Goffer, and to the MVP for the first time this season with 7,500 bits. who is your boy, Alan. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alan.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Well done,
and I know since John is from Hard High is texting Dave, apparently, me and him are having a gambling apocalypse. Like my picks are atrocious. The Lions are barely beating the Raiders. It's disgraceful. Dude, the only thing that made this week not a terrible week for me is Joe Burrow saved me yesterday. The Lions might lose to the Raiders at home. Disgraceful. By the way, the NFC
they're up by 8 points. What are you talking about?
That's barely covering. It's the third quarter. Good teams win, great teams cover, Andrew.
Okay.
By the way, the NFC 49ers lost 3 in a row. NFC, besides the Eagles, is trash. I'm just saying. There's still hope. Me and April are on the Saints belief bandwagon. They are going to be 13-4.
You're not as drunk as I think you should be. I think it's because that first one was only like 13%.
I just, man,
you better hope John doesn't text me.
I'm a drunk. It's really starting to hit me. The pumpkin spice is just churning. It's like I feel like there's a riverboat in my stomach and the wheel is just churning, going down the river. So
rolling.
So yeah, like Thomas said, we're doing a live mailbag right after this. Thanks to everybody who donated, like Thomas said. Thanks for listening and supporting Saints Happy Hour. Please go to saintshappyhour.com, become a patron, and support the show. We can't do it without you guys. Thanks to Dave, Andrew, Kevin, Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland. Hey, and click on that link. Live show, December 8th at Sports Drink. We only have 7 tickets left. If you want to be part of the show, get there, sign up, get your tickets. So remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you ought to support the one who wins awards. And until next time, the bar is closed.